Hello guys, welcome back. This is part 14 of lore walkthrough of Grim Dawn. We will be reading all the lore notes here. We will learn about the lore. That's what we're going to do. Last time we did all of Soros Bastion. I think we did this part also. I forgot though. All of this side. We did this side. We learned a lot about Urborok and his followers in this place. That's what we did mostly. So one thing to speak beforehand, what all have we missed? Let's say. I think the things we have missed are this part. We haven't finished the Coliseum here. We have not finished. We can go get this, but it's fine also. We have not. We have not been to East Marsh this side at all. Those are the two I believe that we left. Other than that, we finished mostly everything. Right? Yeah, yeah. Other than that, we finished mostly everything. That's good to know at least. But we will continue this for a while, and maybe if we have time, I will finish the Coliseum. Okay. So we have not seen this side. We will go this side later, right? So this side we will do first. So there's really nothing on this side particularly. Who's this? This is a Deathfigure guy. Okay. I have never seen Deathfigure guys use necromancy at all, even though they are meant to be necromancers. They should summon things, right? They are not summoning anything, but it is what it is. Simon's people are here. There must be something here, no? If we are allowed here, since there's supposed to be something here, I just don't know what to expect properly. Is there a secret door we can open later? Quite intrigued about that. That side is underground somewhere. Wanna go check that before first. Because this is a dead end. Or maybe that is some you come outside somehow. Maybe it could be. Mm. Fort Harren. Fort of Harren is accompanied by the Kaimanskaya. Yeah. Looks like them a lot. Origin of the Slith, page 2. I got the page 2 one, but I didn't get the page 1, so interesting, guys. Interesting. Is the page 1 also somewhere inside here? I wanna know. It should be somewhere, no? I will check for it. Should be this side somewhere. Okay, I don't think I found anything. We will move forward though. We will check for that later. Who is that, Sister Braum? That is all to this place, I guess, but I got Origin of the Slith, but it's page 2 though. What am I gonna do with that? Also, isn't there a secret way outside? Like, no. Interesting, guys. Interesting. So now we just go back. We will read the Sith though. Page 2. Page 2 is kind of. I don't know how to feel about this. If I can. Okay, I mean, we will read it. Oswald Haggett firmly believed that the Aether could be used to create new life. Convinced that he could supersede the gods, Oswald set out to perform his heinous research in a, to this day, unknown location. Though not much is known about the exact details of his research, the results were quite clear. Calling his creation a slith for its slithering movement and snake like lower body, Oswald triumphantly announced his findings to the Arcanum Society. Okay. The abomination bore the torso of a man and the tail of a snake, though its reptilian snout was unlike either species. Its eyes stared back at you with a hint of human sorrow, though it was clearly a dulled mind with no indication of a human conscience trapped within the slit body. Those attending were shocked by the blatant disregard for the gods and their domain. Following a brief trial, Oswald was charged with endangering society and was imprisoned for the remainder of his life. The specimen was destroyed and its ashes scattered to the winds. With Oswald behind bars and the Slith dead, all believed the nightmare was over, but they were wrong. Oswald Hartgate. Wait. This is where, guys, we need to write Slith lore. Oswald Hartgate, inventor of Slith, thought that with the use of arcane energies, right? Did he thought about it? Was it arcane or aether? Aether. Aether energy. He could create life. What he created in the end was a slith. Like his research facility is unknown, and the slith is believed to be a dull minded. What does it say? Dull minded with no indication of human conscience. With no indication of human human conscience in it. Oswald was imprisoned for the rest of his life, and the species that he created was killed. That's what they did, right? Specimen was destroyed and its ashes scattered. Let's say a specimen. Specimen was destroyed and ashes scattered through the winds. But yet they did not fully die after all. That's what they believe here. Interesting lore. Say anything? No. Should probably go down, but 1 minute. I will check this place before going down, let's say. When we have this thing, I'm going down. Okay. Okay, we can slightly go down. The rules on the bus go down and down, down and down, down and down. It's actually round and round. I might be the stupidest guy. The internet might have seen, guys. This is the sideway, right? Yeah, we will first check this place. This is small hidden area. Why are they hidden away? Who knows? We will learn about with them now. Do they have anything more? No. Yeah, that is all they have. Lay a finger on Benevald and you are a dead woman. Lay a finger on Benevald and you are a dead woman. Why? Are you guarding this man? Benevald's earned himself a reputation for collecting rare and precious goods. So he's had his fair share of thieves and cutthroats. Nowadays, I suppose thieves are the least of our worries. I see. Can you tell me anything about this area? Nothing you probably haven't seen for yourself. Darkvale's teeming with the cult of Cthon and the White Turrets. Fort Harron is under constant assault by either the necromancers or Kaiman's zealots. Neither side holds it for long. Oh, both sides actually hold it over long. Huh? Interesting. The Asterkan mountains beyond Darkvale have become too dangerous for travel. If the wildlife won't get you, then the blood swan will. Thanks for the warning, guys. Lot of crazies out there. If you're looking for some exotic arms to defend yourself, then Benevald is just the man you're looking for. Aren't you rovers? What about non-violence? Perhaps you haven't been paying attention, but the world's ending. We're not lying down and letting the apocalypse walk all over us. Fair enough. I was speaking about this guy, bro. Is this guy good? To be honest, not that bad. But these are all bone harvesting, no? Some are bone harvest, some are like sigil thing, whatever. Arcane will bullshit. Skeleton here, adapts on the stair. Oh, +1 tall skill necro. Oh, now this is what we're talking, bro. This is what you're talking. Okay, where did I buy it? Is this thing? No, it's this thing. No. Is it this thing? Yes, it's level 50. Oh, it's level 50, guys. I did not expect it to be level 50, guys. That is sad. If it's level 50, it's useless. I mean, useful later on, not now though. Okay. I mean, how much money do I have? I have really less only. It's not that much. Okay, let's fight. I'm just fully playing like an animal. But there is also some charm into this, no? Can play like this and no one really cares, right? That is a charm. Quite a beautiful one at that. Mm. We'll come back here later, let's say. Okay, we will kill these guys now. Wabokhan. Chthonian Devourer. Devourer, huh? Oh, nice bridge here. Cannot find anything good though here. Those are going to be like that no matter what. We'll check this side here. This is a secret place now. This is the lumber mill. So much lumber now. Can walk here. Is there anywhere here? No. But it's a cool place. finding. Village of Dark Vale. We are finally in Dark Vale. Okay, before going further, we will check to the left side. Fire Opal Pendant. This should be open. Like Village of Dark Vale. Nothing inside here. Oh, there is a side outside place here. Oh, I don't know if there's a way to go outside of this place, but what is this here? Exalted Stash. Those two are the only things here. Okay, that is the only two things I guess. Here in this place. These are the blood groove farms, I guess. Farmlands of this place. Is there anything here? No. No. Mm. Okay, we are in Darkvale now. Village of Darkvale. We'll max out Necro. Hmm. Traverse notes. For weeks, I've been getting the feeling that something bad is coming. Like a knot in the pit of my stomach that won't go away. And each day it gets a bit worse. I have also noticed a lot more travelers from the capital of Erulan heading south with all their worldly possessions. I asked a few for news from the north, but nobody could give me a clear answer. Just an unshakable feeling that something awful was about to go happen. How is it that we all share the same dread? No shipment from the capital again. Last week, we didn't get our latest deliveries, and now again, no shipment coming in means no shipment going out. How am I supposed to run a store if I don't have supplies to sell? Local goods are fine, but I rely on being able to sell things people can't get straight from the neighbors. I am hearing hushed conversation in the streets, and a customer told me she saw some cloaked figures rolling a barrel down the lake. And now the town drunk is missing. More likely that not, he finally tripped and tumbled over the ravine. But still, there is a strange chill in the air, and everyone seems to be on edge. I'm starting to think that packing up shop and heading south may be the best thing to do. Trevor Mills. Did we see him somewhere before? Trevor Mills? I don't think so. But maybe we saw him somewhere. I think Darkwell has some lore notes. We will read that. Oh, this and that. Those Fort Harron should have accompanied here, I guess. Mm, nothing inside there. I don't think there's anything here also. It is fine. Let's move on. Mayor Bridgewater's journal. Okay, there is a way there. We will check that. This way. This is got ways. We will read this. I'm not one to wish ill on anyone for their beliefs, but I can't say I like this new faith spreading around town of late. With all the frightening rumors coming from the north, religious fanatics stirring up the populace is the last thing we need. Heath Strabo says this religion of Cthon is not new, but in fact very old. Well, if it's been around for so long, how come I have never heard of it? One of their preachers invited me to sit in and listen on their sermons to dispel any ill feelings I have towards the matter. They seemed innocuous enough, but the obsession with blood and rejoining with their gods in the end of days left me uneasy. Another person has gone missing. Last week it was Tom, who I admitted was a drunk and a nuisance to the town. But this week it was Mary Tess, the town seamstress. Zarya told me that she saw Mary leaving town with a group of refugees, just as Trevor did a few days prior. So Trevor did leave, okay. At least Trevor stopped by my place to say he was leaving, but Mary, she didn't say goodbye or take anything with her. It's all just very strange. As I write this, I am preparing to meet with the town leaders to work on a way to handle all of the travelers passing through the Darkvale gate. Hundreds come through every day now. Thankfully, most don't stop, but if this keeps up, we will have a real problem on our hands. I don't know what is going on in the capital, but it has everyone concerned. Gregor Bridgewater, Mayor of Darkvale. Interesting. Zaria told me that she saw Mary leaving the town with a group of refugees. But Zaria is actually a person we will meet soon. I do not know the connection here. Hmm. They all were living south, no? Yeah, they were living south. So we should have seen them. And people were coming from the north side. That was the concern, first of all. Zaria's journal. Zaria, let's say. Okay, Peacekeeper Chambre's journal. Our little town is surrounded by forts and soldiers of the Imperium, and yet I have never felt more alone or vulnerable. Each day I see more and more soldiers leaving Fort Harron to head north. Wait a minute. Each day I see more and more soldiers leaving Fort Harron to head north. Ooh. While the road through Darkvale is a never ending stream of refugees heading south. Okay. Soldiers are moving north and refugees were moving south. Those fleeing the capital tell horrific tales of people gone crazy, of robbing and looting as madness consumes the head of a nation. One story even described a mob running down a woman in the street and devouring her alive. Sounds like a horror story, but I am assured that it's the whole truth. With so many new faces in town, my deputies are taxed with holding the town together. Fighting over scarce goods has become a daily ritual. We have had several murders in the last 2 weeks, a concept once entirely strange to our little village. Three more people have vanished over the last week. At first, we didn't pay it much heed. What with the coming and going of folk on account of the refugee situation. But with these three, it now makes a total of six that have gone missing since Tom, with not a soul aware of where they'd gone to. Whatever stirring in the capital must be making its way here as well. Some unseen dread that you can't quite pinpoint, but you can see it in the face of those traveling south. Desperation, fear, it's all around us now, and it has taken root in Darkvale. The mayor has expressed similar concerns, particularly around a strange new religion that's been attracting followers recently. Could they be behind the recent disappearances? Vincent Chambre, peacekeeper of Darkvale. Yo, but okay, one thing here, this guy is called the peacekeeper of Darkvale, yet they said yet they said we have had several murders in the last 2 weeks. A concept once entirely strange to our little village. What does this line mean? This means that this village was really pure, really happy with people. But why was then there a peacekeeper though? Why was there a peacekeeper in the question mark? That is something weird, but whatever. We will carry on. Any info did we got about the lore? No, but we did get about this village a lot. Soldiers from the nearby Fort Harran, they were moving towards north to the capital, and refugees were moving south from here to Homestead, let's say, on those places. It seems though that they don't know what is the cause of it at all. They do not know the ethereals were involved. They just know they have gone mad or like something is going crazy there. That's what they know. Yeah, these all are fine though. Not really important to write it out. Zarya's journal is there. We will come back. I mean, we did this part, no? My bad. We did this part. We need to go above. Zarya's journal. The bathhouse. Oh, what is this? Oh. See how they are all kept it like this. The cult are like, they're a different breed, guys. Zarya's we'll read later because there might be page 2 also. The process of collecting blood was so slow it was driving me crazy. So I set up a two tank system, then rigged the public bathhouse, plumbing with a drain switch. Now we can drain the water from the tubs back into the water tank. But when I flip the switch, the drain will go into the second tank, where the blood can then be stored. The process of collecting blood was so slow, it was driving me crazy. So I set up a two tank system, okay. Now we can drain the water from the tubs back into the water tank. When I flip the switch, the drain will go into the second tank, where the blood can then be stored. Okay. However, the pulley system with hooks was the crowning accomplishment. It hides out of sight when not in use, but when we are ready for sacrifices. The pulley system, where is it? Is it somewhere here? No, it's not here. It hides out of sight when not in use, but when we are ready for sacrifices. Zarya has provided me with a nightshade root to dissolve with the bath salts. Combined with the hot water, it should lull our guests to sleep. Then we drain the water, perform the rites, flip the switch, and collect the offerings without spilling. A single drop. It took some effort, but I am proud of what I have set up. It is the first step to mass collection and will speed up the process. I cannot wait to tell the others. Herod Felderen, Darkwell Carpenter. Mm-hmm. Nightshade root to dissolve with the bath salts. That is fine. So what they are doing is they are providing bathhouses for these guys to bath, but they also something they put the nightshade roots with the bath salts into the water, which makes them sleepy here. So they sleep in the bathtub, and they have this insane setup, two tank setup. First, they drain the water in one tank. They perform the ritual, collect all their blood, and pour it in another tank. For that, they have a pulley switch. That is what it says. Actually, crazy setup, guys. It is very twisted, honestly. Another devotion. Finished that thing. Zarya, you got one shot. And we got Zarya's journal too. Okay, what if I tell you you can keep it? It's fine, guys. It's fine. Let's not care about that. I mean, I can do that. I can kind of change it, but um, we will go back also. Can go back and come back. Anything with pet ones, I will use it. Of binding, it's level 42 and it has. I mean, needs 345. I cannot have it, bro. Bonus to all of them. That is fine to have. Wait, wait, wait. What is this one, guys? This one is not for us. Okay, okay, not for us. Yeah, these are all the things that we have. Let's put it like that. Keep the add-on and put it here. Okay, we have Zarya's page 2 and 1 here. These three are level 47, 52 and 50. Interesting. Cannot probably make use for it now, but I'm level 45. This is one of those Zarya's pendant. Yeah, Zarya's pendant is actually good. Not for us. Okay, yeah, yeah. Zarya's is not good for us, but still a good one. Actually, fine. Yeah, so page 1. Everything is proceeding as the Bloodlord had intended. My year-long employment as the town's apothecary has earned me the people's trust, and I am now in the perfect position to spread our cause. And for those who refuse to listen to reason, who refuse to embrace the truth that is Kuthon, my position as healer has made it an easy thing to take life without arousing suspicion. A little bit of powder from the Asterkan nightshade root mixed in with the prescription will put anyone to sleep for hours. Okay, I want to write this, guys. I want to write this. Darkvale village used to be a calm and peaceful one until the Grim Dawn occurred, and they did not know what was happening. Suddenly, soldiers near the Fort Heron were going north to the capital, and refugees from north were going south through the Darkvale village. Their stories left the village people haunted, fearing that they might be next. Few people started living. People started living. Zarya, the healer of the village, is an insider to the cult of Kathong, and their massive plan was to use a bathhouse for the people, but with a special property from the Asterkan nightshade root can instantly make people sleep. Then they perform the ritual, collecting all of their blood for who knows what summon. After that, it is a simple matter of retrieving the dissenter and perform the required observances. With each person we return to Kathon, I carve his sigil in their flesh. For me, it is the most important step in the early stage of draining ritual. Their blood drains quickly from a slit across the carotid artery and drains to the specifically prepared oak casks that the carpenter, another blessed by the blood lord with this task, prepares for me. Not as nice as the vessels we have been preparing, but much easier to hide suspicion. The body is stored in a second barrel, weighed down with stones, and then sunk to the bottom of the lake. Nearly every death over the last year has added to our tribute, with no suspicion falling upon us. But now, with the servants of the false gods arriving at the capital and spreading havoc across the empire, our time has finally arrived to reveal ourselves from the shadows and usher humanity into the end times. All shall receive the gift of reunification. Zarya, apothecary of Darkvale. Okay. But now, with the servant of the false gods arriving at the capital, Zarya calls the ethereals servants of the false god, arriving at the capital. Probably means ethereals, I believe. Interesting. Servant of the false god. I don't know what that is. I've been informed by messengers of the Bloodlord that the preparations for the resurrection at the necropolis has begun. A time to seize. Phew, my bad, guys. I've been informed by messengers of the Bloodlord that the preparations for the resurrection at the necropolis have begun. A time to seize the town is now. The sheriff and his peacekeepers will be dealt with first. With them gone, the remaining civilians will fall in time with our doctrines or be harvested for the ritual. I have already dispatched my loyal Bloodsworn to barricade the Darkvale gates, trapping the refugees inside. They will all fuel the ritual in due time. Once news of this reaches the Black Legion, we will have to be prepared for a counter assault. I will personally see to converting the frightened and misguided who remain in Darkvale. If they will not join our cause, then they can dance at the end of the rope and be drained as encouragement to those who have yet to choose. They must all learn that there is no place safer than under the guidance of the Bloodlord. They must come to understand that there is no peace to be found in the lands of the south. Only the warm embrace of Cthon will we be truly where we belong. Zarya the Carver. She also mentions about the Bloodlord and some preparations in the necropolis with all the blood collected. Interesting. Interesting, guys. Interesting. Okay, we're at the Darkvale gate. Shall not go like that. One minute, guys. Ooh, nice. I finished my devotions, right? Blood for Cthon. careful. We'll kill this guy. I try to console them. I tell them everything will be alright. Their eyes go wide with fear as I find the spot between the ribs and push the blade in. They always cry and it makes me a little sad. They do not yet understand. I watch the blood as it flows down their naked legs and into the large basin I have placed below their suspended form. Kuton calls for every drop. To ensure I get it all, I begin by making shallow cuts. First the legs, then the torso, and lastly the arms. Slowly, their struggle rescinds and they accept their fate. At last, they find understanding. The blood is not theirs. They are only holding it for another, and now it must be returned to Katon, to whom it rightly belongs. At last, their fear is peeled away, and they are happy to give their blood freely. Devoted servant of Katon, Belorhain, you, these guys are twisted as fuck. They they want to collect every single drop of blood, and they do not want it spilled anyhow. So they have this plan of slowly cutting them first the edges, and after a while pierce the blade into the ribcage. Slowly the struggle resigns and they accept their fate. At last they find understanding. They also make this more philosophical, that initially the victims are suffering, suffering and crying, all that, but in the end they accept it, their fate, they understand. Cotton blood is given to Cotton, who was deemed right worthy of it. Okay, moving on. You know what the cultists remind me of? They remind me of a specific group of people. I wonder who it could be, bro. I wonder. call for blood, the call of blood. That is kind of cancer. The call of blood is. My whole life I have reveled in the spilling of the blood. For years I have been driven to hunt in the shadows, lurking and hunting alone. But I am alone no longer. At long last I have found what has called to me. Cawthon has whispered to me, and the Grim Dawn has released my shackles. Now I take my pleasure and collect the blood for my lord. It fills my heart and warms my soul to watch the last drops of blood flow. The old world was not understanding of my need, but now a new power has risen, and Cawthon has called on me, and those who do not answer my call, also answer the call, will be my prey. Nice, nice, nice. These look like jail cells here inside this gate. Criminal records, page 1. Leander Blackwater Green, ex military man wanted for extortion and murder. Leander was dishonorably discharged from the Demolitions Division following a grisly civilian incident. Leander escaped custody on at least two separate occasions using unsanctioned explosive devices. News of sightings on proof of death should be brought before Warden Krieg of Purwich prison. A reward of 1,000 royal crowns is offered for the successful capture and delivery of Leander Green alive. Royal crowns? Probably the money in this place. Leander Green. I have heard about this guy somewhere. I did not write everything, I guess. Leander Blackwater Green. Escaped custody on at least two separate occasions using unsanctioned explosive devices. Okay, that's fine. News of sighting or proof of death should be brought before Krieg at Purwich prison. A reward of 1,000 coins is offered for successful capture and delivery of Leander Green alive. If he's alive and successfully captured, they give crowns. Huh? Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Our lanes notes page 1. Our lanes notes page 2 also we got. Okay, what are these two? Page 1. We have been on the run for what feels like weeks now. The ethereals are always on our heels, spreading like wildfire across the countryside. The children are starving. The few bites of food we manage to scavenge on the go aren't enough for all four of us. I'm not sure how much more of this we can take. Word on the road is that the cult of Cthon is accepting members, that they have food and shelter for all. I've always pictured them as heretical lunatics howling at the moon as they bath in blood. But the promises of safety may be too much to pass on. Talon cringes at the thought of being seen among the Bloodsworn, but we agree that it may be a necessary evil in order to survive. Our children deserve to eat. Okay. First part is acceptance. Second part is life among the Bloodsworn has required some changes to our little family. Mainly that we can only see the children after the day's rituals and chores are finished, which usually lasts late into the evening. Some days I don't see them at all until they are already asleep. My husband is having a difficult time with the prayers. He calls them blasphemous filth. But I remind him that we are doing this for our family's survival. Myself, I cannot help but question the gods, who have given us nothing except poverty. But here, under the protection of Cthon, we are safe and fed. The Bloodsworn has given us everything they had promised and more. All they ask in return is our devotion and a little bit of blood. So I can't help myself when I chant a little louder each morning as I sing my praises to Cthon. The cuts from the ritual knife serve as a gentle reminder that we are still alive and not rotting out in the wilderness. It feels good. By Cthon, it feels good. Many of the members of Cthon cults are people who wanted to just live, have food, and these guys can provide that. Thing is, they are bad people, but it is what it is. Tough times, right? Feels good, guys. It feels good. So the Bloodsworn Scepter is for a second right and destruction. It is chaos to fire and everything chaos converted to civil sigil. So it's more occultist and what else? What else has chaos? Which other class has chaos? Occultist has chaos, that I know. Which other class has chaos though? Chaos damage. I don't see any other than occultist. Hmm. Mm, do shamans have? I do not think shamans have. Do soldiers have? I don't think soldiers have. Demolitionist and Inquisitor. Do they have chaos? Demolitionist have, I guess. Yeah, Demolitionist have. Inquisitors, I don't think they have. Oathkeeper, they might have. I do not know though exactly. Other than that, chaos is really low. The only way they get is by converting. For example, in this one, they convert physical to chaos and vitality to chaos. So, soldier or Oathkeeper is fine here. Second right and destruction, whatever. Houndmasters is. It gives. It's kinda bad. It's kinda really bad also. No, we're not using that. It's fine. Okay, moving on. Wait, guys, we just saw something. No? Did we not just see something? Gotta be shitting me. Hmm. White Swan and Off the Void. That is a good one, no? White Swan and White Touch and Off the Void. That is like a really good one for not for us. It's for not really good also, but it's actually really decent for that type of weapon. But that kind of character. So right now we killed Avalyn, her husband, and also her children's probably, which seems quite sad, but no, it must be done, guys. Tough times require sacrifices. What is this? Is this their like ritual place? Seems like bunch of blood from bucket spawn. They said like remember when they said the chthonic seal of binding is used to make rift gates, and this looks like a rift gate, so they were. But this is a really massive one, so they were doing something here. Okay, we can go on to fight them. Okay, Bloodsworn Signet. Ooh, rare ring with 27 and plus 7. Oh, I'm changing that. Changing this, alright. Karo Tome. A tome filled with dark rituals that depict the return of a great darkness from within the necropolis. Final sermon, the end of times. Oh, good amount of lore. Wait, guys. Bloodsworn supplicants of Cthon, it is with great purpose that we gather here today for what will be my final sermon to you. You have devoted yourself completely, forsaking all past relations, earthly possessions, and free will. You have proven that you are finally ready to become part of a greater whole, to receive the glorious gift of reunification. I must remain behind with with the others to finish our great work. Yet, even as you depart your lives, you will advance this broken world one step closer to the end time. The time when the dismal, suffering world will become reunited with Cthon and making the oldest of the old whole again and righting the great wrong perpetrated millennia ago by the false gods. These upstart gods, who manipulated the course of our existence, set themselves up to be the object of worship and have lived off blood and toil for ages. The end times will also bring doom to the wayward ethereals, past agents of the false gods, who were betrayed and then cast into the formless aether once again. Their purpose had been served. They have hindered us, slaughtered our brethren, and tried to calm dominance over this world. Yet, we must also thank them, for it is the ethereals who have unwittingly made possible our ascension by destroying the empire and its inquisition. No longer does the inquisition hunt us, suppress our truths, or deny us access to our sacred places. Unshackled from the strictures of the empire, people have awakened from a false dream of civilization, and our ranks have swelled. Not knowing the history of our world, the ethereals are ignorant of the doom that we will awaken. They cannot surmise our end game, and once they realize what they have set in motion, it will be too late for them to stop us. Our most devoted brethren march with legions of the void of our necropolis. They need only prevent our enemies from breaching our final line, for even as they attack our forces, the blood will the blood they spill will free our resurrection ritual, where once we suffered our greatest defeat, our ultimate triumph shall be reborn, and the Loghorian, forerunner of the end time, will carry the thousand screaming voices of Cthon into the world and usher in a new age. Okay, guys, a good amount of backstory here. Final sermon means my final call, right? Chthonians call their end game as reunification. Reunification. Oh, the final sermon to all those people who were in cults, were to give themselves up. Right? Even as you depart your lives, you will advance this broken world one step closer to the end time. Leave that thing out, but important lore. The false gods have been perpetuating for over a millennia. But then the ethereals who were who manipulated the course of our existence past agents of the false gods were betrayed and then cast into the formless ether. The Chthonians believe the end times also end the will also bring doom to the ethereals. The ethereals used to hinder, torture, and slaughtered, not tortured, slaughtered, and tried to have, not tried to write, to claim dominance over the Chthonians. But these guys also thank them for corrupting, for for destroying the capital, as that as that helped them prosper in time in these times. Yeah, no longer they don't hunt them or suppress them. That's what they're saying here. Not knowing the history of our world, the ethereals are ignorant. The ethereals are ignorant of the Chthonians, but they do not know that would be their doomfall. They cannot surmise our endgame, and once they realize what they have set in motion, it will be too late to stop. Our most devoted brethren marched with the legions of the void for Necropolis. They need only prevent our enemies from breaching our final time, for even as they attack our forces, the blood they spill will feed our resurrection ritual. Where once we suffered our greatest defeat, our ultimate triumph shall be reborn, and the Logorian, forerunner of the end time, will carry the thousand screaming voices of Chthon into the world and usher in a new age. Logorian is mentioned as the forerunner of the Chthons. It will bring a new age for them. Hmm, interesting. Interesting, guys. Interesting. I think, but that is all, guys. We have done a good amount of progress today, and this is where I will end here. Thanks for watching, guys. Today we learned a lot about Chthonians and Darkvale and all their secrets and all. What is their true plan? So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.